So this is a video I didn't want to have to make. I hoped everything would get cleared up by now, but it's not, and I have to say something. But first, we'll give a little channel update. Deluge, still working on it. And you're probably thinking, weren't you off work like everybody else for the quarantine? How could you have not finished that? We'll get to it, but I'm on disc 2. Script's about 4 pages long already, compared to the Panvodioski one that was like 1.5 pages to 2 pages. So it's going to be a long video. I considered doing it in 2 parts, but you know, I don't see any way I could do that. So it is going to be a pretty lengthy video, but it's a pretty lengthy movie. But I've been working on that when I can. I got about 2 hours left in the movie, and I'll get to it when I get to it. Another good news, a film I've been trying to get a hold of for a long time. Knights of the Teutonic Order, also known as Black Cross. This is another film based on a novel by Henryk Sienkiewicz. Told you got to get used to this guy's name. I've been trying to get a copy of this with English subtitles forever. It's quite common in the UK, but getting a copy that would play in the US was not easy. I found copies out of Poland that would work, but they're usually like $90 to $100 or more. I found a guy with a fairly cheap copy back in like February or early March. Pretty sure it's a bootleg, especially since it's on DVD-Rs. I don't care, I've got it, it's subtitled. But I got to give this guy a huge shout out because I bought this off of on eBay, like I said, around March. And then everything went on lockdown. He couldn't send things overseas. He's like, do you want me to refund your money? And I says, I've been looking for this forever. You mind holding on to it? No problem. Started talking to the guy. Actually became pretty good friends with the guy. He's watched a few of my videos. Really appreciates what I'm doing with the Polish film reviews. Once we get back to it, especially. So, but yeah, he hooked me up. He held on to this like a month to 2 months. Then he mailed it to me. It took, like, I just got it last week. Like, it took forever to get to me, but I've got that. I'm excited. Another reason why the videos aren't getting done. Like everybody else, I was out of work. And I went to apply for unemployment, and I was approved for unemployment. So I started filing for unemployment. That was April into early May. First I want to start out, filing was, or just getting signed up was a problem. I started as soon as we went on lockdown, pretty much. I took vacation at first because I thought it was only going to be a week or two. Burned through all my vacation time at work, and then went, okay, I got to start filing for unemployment. It took me like 3 weeks to get signed up for unemployment because the directions were not clear, and I had to call somebody. The website was directing me to call somebody. I got through to the unemployment office once in that 3-week period, and the automated message asked what I needed. I told it, and it legit went, you can do that online, and hung up on me. But online it was telling me to call. So I actually called some other, I don't even remember, like Work Center of Sheboygan or something. Totally unrelated. I'm like, hey man, I need help. Here's what's up. And this guy couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. He thought I was giving him bad information, but eventually figured it out that it was a misunderstanding of what it was trying to say. And once we figured it out, it was like, yeah, okay, I can see where that's confusing. Because they're following. So it took me 3 weeks to get signed up. So those 3 weeks, I can't claim. So I'm missing 3 weeks of pay right there. Okay, it is what it is. So I start filing. And after 4 weeks of my actual filing, I went back to work. So I've been back to work for about a month now. But I've not seen any of that unemployment money yet. Again, I've been approved, but I go check on the website. It says that it's pending. It says like my money's pending or something. So that entire time I was off, because I'm getting no income, they're only open from like 7:30 to 3:30 in the morning. So I was on the phone, dial, get through, hang up, redial, all day, every day, except on the weekends. And then on the weekends, I'm spent. I'm more exhausted, like physically and mentally, than if I'd just gone to my job. I'm pretty fed up about this. So I could never get a hold of anybody. Just calling all day. Half of my calls didn't go through. They said they opened at 7:30, but from 7:30 to 8, my phone would dial and then hang up like the phone was like the number was inactive. And then from like 8 on, it would actually start going through. So I actually sent an email. I believe I only sent one email. I wanted to send more, but I just didn't get the chance to do it. But I sent at least one email, like, hey, I can't get through on the phone. What's going on? It was a bit more polite than that, with more information. Never heard back. That was over a month ago. I considered just typing up an email and even put in there, like, kind of a more angrier email, but like putting the line like, if I don't hear from you in a week, I will start sending this twice a day every day, and then 4 times a day every day, and just double it every time. But I honestly don't have the time for that. So dealing with all this crap with unemployment, I've had to make all these phone calls, get all my bills put on hold and everything, my car payments. Then I go back to work. So I've been back to work for about a month now. I've gotten 2 paychecks that had to go to pay the 2 months worth of back bills that I have, because they said it to pay, but I'm still incurring interest on like credit cards and such. That Firestone card that y'all know about from last year that screwed me over, I owed about $100 on that yet. The next paycheck was going to pay that off, and that one's hurting me even more now because the interest kicked in. It was like 6 months no interest. Well, the 6 months is up, and the interest is something like 40% or more. So after 2 months of not making a payment on it because I didn't have the money, I now owe like $800 on that thing again. I'm like having to pay for it all over again, and I can't. I had to max out my Cabela's card again because I had to use some kind of. I only had like $200 that I could use on that. Well, now I'm like past like $200 past that limit. I actually talked with the company that's through Friday. They're going to let me split my payments up, but then I find out I'm being shut down for another week. Sounds like it's actually only going to be 1 week. I think it's completely unrelated. It probably to do with the 4th of July and everything, but I'm hurting so bad that week is going to kill me. Like financially, that just ruins me. I've been looking into getting another job, but even part-time, most part-time jobs are like $10 to $12 an hour for like 20 hours a week. It's going to still take years to recover from this. And that's if everything goes according to plan, which, let's face it, it probably won't. So that's what I've been dealing with. So I haven't had time to sit down and watch this movie and type up a review. Like, in the past month, I've maybe watched 30 minutes of it. And I usually do it in like 20 minutes. Like, I'll watch 20 minutes, type up what happened, like my summary for that 20 minutes, and do the next 20. And I was doing it in like 5-minute increments because it's all I could fit into my day. Still trying to get a hold of unemployment. And, now that I'm back to work, it's harder because I work nights. And they're only open during the day. So today, I was like, I've got to get through because I'm going to have this week where I'm not getting paid again. And that's just going to ruin everything because once a car payment comes out and I set aside money for rent, that's half my paycheck. So if I didn't get paid for a week, I'm done. And I usually stock up on food, but I'm running low. So today, I finally actually, after some seriously, like I started calling it like 7:25. And hang up, redial, hang up, redial. And about 7:45, I got through. And I got put on hold. And I was on hold for about half an hour, I think. And I fell asleep. Because I work nights. And it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. On top of that, I went to surprise my dad with a visit for Father's Day this weekend. So I was in Iowa all weekend. So Sunday, I basically didn't sleep. I did what I had to do to finish up there and came home and went to work. So I'd been up for over 24 hours at this point anyway, and I crashed. And I don't know if I must have bumped the phone off or if they hung up on me or what, but yeah, so I spent almost all day when I finally did wake up again around noon trying to get a hold of them again, and I can't. They're just too busy. So I've not had an income since March is what it has amounted down to, and I've been trying to get that fixed, and nothing I do is working. And it is just, you can't imagine how stressful this is. And I thought maybe it was something with my company, maybe. So I started asking everybody I talked to there. Everybody else got unemployment, except one person that I'm aware of, and I think they still haven't. They seem to be having the exact same issues I have. So my thinking is we must have filled up the paperwork wrong, like checked the wrong box or something. Should be an easy fix, but I can't get a hold of anybody to fix it. So when I have had free time, like on the weekends, I've not been working on this. I'll be honest, I've been playing video games. I've been playing Conan Exiles again because I need that escape, and even that is not helping. On top of that, I have a issue in my personal life I won't get into. So if it sounds like I'm really stressed out over all this financial stuff, and I am, take that and crank it up to 11, and you've got what I'm going through in this other situation. So these are both really bad situations, and I'm dealing with them both at the same time, and I just don't have the energy and to do these videos, which usually are a lot of fun for me. But I can't sit down and focus on the movie and do it. And I've actually had a few other ideas for some videos to put out in the meantime. And I can't even do them. And they'd be like, I want to do like my top lost media picks, because there's a couple like I'm really into that lately, and there's a couple things like I don't hear anybody else talking about. I'm like, oh, I could do a video on that because nobody else talks about these ones. I don't even have the patience for that right now. So I've thought about maybe doing some streaming, and even that I couldn't. I still got that copy of Turtles in Time I bought months ago that I said, I've never played Turtles in Time, but I want to stream my first time playing it. That hasn't happened. That would have been an easy thing to do, but I just couldn't sit down and do it. So that is why my content has been non-existent, because I'm dealing with all this. I was actually even looking at filing for bankruptcy at this point, which apparently I'm not in debt enough to do that, but I can't pay for anything. So I'm going to try and start easing myself back into some videos, and I hope to get these done. Like I said, I got this to work on now, plus I still want to do The Witcher. So, but I'm exhausted. I can't put it any other way. I've got music out in the background, which I would usually turn off because it would interfere with my recording, or I could get a copyright strike on it, or I don't even care anymore. Like, that's where I'm at. Yeah, my TV's on, and I got music playing. Deal with it. Trying to laugh, and it's not funny. I can't remember the last time I was, well, I can remember the last time I was just stressed out, unfortunately, but nobody should have to deal with this. And I go online and look something, and they're like, oh, a lot of people are having problems. Okay. Something needs to be done, and most of those people probably do have the time to try and call, versus me working nights, and I can't make it happen, and I can't get through. And the 2 times I get through, I get hung up on, or I was on hold and I fell asleep. I'm running out of options, and I was like, you know what? I need to make the video to explain to people why my videos aren't coming out. People need to know that this is going on, because I honestly feel like the government forgot about me, and that I'm just kind of getting screwed over here. Seriously. It's not okay. So, that was it. I'm sorry. I wish this were a happier, more fun video like I normally do, but can't do that right now. So, yeah. Thanks for watching if you stuck with this to the end. I'm open to suggestions, but I feel like I've almost run out of, solutions to this. So, yeah.